Welcome, 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 guys. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody is having a good evening. Hopefully, everybody made money in the market today. Welcome to the Aftermarket. I'm your host, J&J Video Reacts, and I want to let you guys know that I'm so glad. Oh, we gotta get the logo on there. I'm so glad that you guys decided to come and hang out with me. I see you guys down there, Miguel, Linda, Mark McSee. Mark, sorry about that, dude. I had some, issues in the little girls' room, so I was running a little bit behind. But thanks for stopping through. I appreciate you. Um, who else do we have down there? Vaughn, what's up, Vaughn? Juan, Miguel, Linda, thank you guys so much for being here. Brad, thank you, my brother. Let's see. And so far, that's what we got. Ted Ferguson, what's up, dude? How are you? Thank you for coming and hanging out. This is the Aftermarket. It is a lounge that has been created by traders for traders to discuss our day in the market and just vent and talk about what we did, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And most of our conversations are based on the teachings and strategies of our coach, who is Chad W. Christian, the founder and CEO of American Dream Trading, which is a group that he created to educate and basically pass on the knowledge that he has gained from 30 years of experience of trading in the market. He has traded through every condition imaginable, good and bad, and we are proud to extend this platform to be able to continue focusing on those strategies and teachings that we get from him. So, shout out to Coach, shout out to everyone in American Dream Trading. I did this not only to benefit myself, but to also benefit other members who want to continue to learn in the after hours. If you are not a member of American Dream Trading, you can join by clicking a link that's pinned to the top of the live chat. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hang out and get into it. The link to the stream has been posted there in the chat if you guys want to come up and talk about your day. I didn't do a whole lot of trading today because number one, I didn't have a lot of money. Number two, it was choppy. It was really choppy. And I use a strategy that Coach teaches called the 2-minute EWO strategy. And what that does is that utilizes the Elliott wave oscillator. And what you do is you wait for that second candle to form. And as long as it's bigger than the first candle, usually double the size. And if that stock's price is above VWAP, if it is falling above the 21 and 55, exponential moving averages, if it's most likely above the MA 200, then I go ahead and let me go ahead and let Linda in. Then I go ahead and enter the trade. To me, that's a safe entry point. Hi, Linda. How are you, sweetheart? To me, that's a safe entry point. And once you get in, the idea is to literally hold on to that stock until that Elliott wave oscillator tells you otherwise. Coach also has indicators that he has incorporated into the trading view structure that you can also get. And if you use those, it's basically like flashcards telling you when to get in and out of a trade. It's an extreme cheat code. So if you don't have the indicators, that's definitely something that you can utilize. It looks like we got somebody else who's trying to come in. I think that might be Ralph. Is that you, Ralph?
Yes.
Good afternoon, my brother. How are you?
All right, man. I might get cut out because we got bad weather, but I ain't complaining because this is the first time that it has rained, and I can't even tell you the last time I saw rain.
We need water. We need water.
I can't tell you the last time I saw rain. Like, this is one of the worst droughts I ever seen,
We need it, and so does Mother Earth. So I'm glad you're getting some rain. We're getting some rain here, too, in Maryland, where I'm at. So, yeah. Linda, how's the weather where you are, sweetie?
If she in Texas, it's probably hot. I think she said it was
Huh?
106. Was that you, Miss Leonard? Did you
Yeah,
say it was
we're
106? It's been.
yeah, we've been like 110 twice this week, but we're
Oh,
actually below
Mm,
100 today for the next couple days. But then Sunday it goes back up into the hundreds.
oh my goodness, that's
So
hot.
let's see, I'm
yeah,
in Louisiana, so I'm right next door. So
yeah,
it's
Yeah,
been
that's
hot.
hot. I don't envy you guys. I'm sorry. That's a little bit too hot. So, how'd you guys do in the market today? I didn't do much trading because of the choppiness. I went in on SPY on a couple of small endeavors. Didn't really pan out, but it was my own fault because I jumped in early. I really didn't wait for any 2 minute EWS because it really didn't give me the opportunity to do that. I saw a couple eventually pan out, but they were short lived. So I had really, with the few dollars I had no business really trading today. That was just me jonesing after being stagnant all weekend, wanting to trade. So yeah, but I mean, I didn't lose everything. I've got like $50, so I still have 45. Trust me, I didn't lose more than 1 to 3% of my account, and that is another one of Coach's rules. Don't lose more than 1 to 3% of your account, guys, at any given time for any reason whatsoever. So you can live to fight another day. Ralph, I think you're on point. You had said something to me in X about, yeah, we should focus on coach's rules and talk about doing what coach says to do. And we should focus
Exactly.
on
Yes.
that, you know?
Yes. I mean, the rules are there for a reason, and you know, you veer away from them from time to time. But then whenever you go back to following them, I'm at this point, I'm robotic with them. Okay. Everything he say, I'm doing. All right.
Yeah,
Trying to go
yeah,
out there and find others. It don't work. Trust me. I save you a lot of time.
yeah. I mean, it really, they're there for a reason. You know,
Really.
those rules are in place for a reason. It's like he wants to help you to succeed, not fail. You know what I mean? So it's like when people go rogue and go off and do all kinds of crazy stuff and don't follow the rules, then it's no wonder why a lot of people are struggling, why 95% of traders don't succeed, not necessarily in our group, but in general, because they don't have a mentor that gives them a roadmap like we have, you know? So I appreciate Coach for that. And I appreciate the group for following that, because when we get into, listening in the group on the Zoom call, everybody is on board with following Coach's rules. And even when somebody like a Mark Mancini may be doing something a little different, he gives a disclaimer. This is not tax or financial advice, and don't follow my trades. Coach even says that when he veers off from his rules. Don't follow my trades. Those rules are set up, especially if you're a new trader, for you to succeed. If you don't follow them, guess what? You won't.
Listen, everything coach put in this strategy is calculated. I'm telling you, it's calculated so you don't have
Right
to.
down to the 2 minute. There's a reason he chose
Yes,
the 2 minute time frame.
it is. Everything is calculated, so you don't even have to worry about going out and learning this and learning that. If you just follow the rules, you won't have to worry about it. For
Yeah,
example, getting wicked out of an option trade. If you go in with 40%, 9 times out of 10, the clear out ain't gonna even hit you. You know, you gonna be like, well, woo, I'm glad I had my stop loss back far enough. You know what I mean? While
yeah.
everybody else is sitting there waiting to get in, but you go in with a tight stop loss, and what happens? You get cleared out. Okay,
You get
then
cleared out
if you don't get wicked out, and you decide, well, hey, I'm gonna just take my stop loss off for a minute. Then it shoots way down, right? Okay, you took
quickly.
your stop loss off. You took the stop loss off. I put it back once price pushed back up. Okay, it pushed down. It pushed back up. Now what happened? You didn't even get back to break even. Okay, I'm cool. I just hold it till tomorrow. You just broke another. Rule. Now what
Shout out
happened?
to Miranda. I see you, Miranda. Welcome, baby.
Now what
Yeah, you
happened?
just broke another rule. Go ahead, Ralph.
Yes, you broke another rule. You
Now you
wake up
lost money.
and you're in the worst place you was to start with. So listen, the stop loss is there for a reason. If you get hit, move on. You know what I mean? Trust me, it's gonna be better that you got hit. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's probably
Now,
for
did
your
I
bet.
hear you? Did I read right? You didn't trade today either? or didn't do much trading?
I took well, yeah, I ain't do hardly no trading at all. Like I took a couple trades, like this morning, early this morning, and I think I got like 5 pips on the first one. The second one I stopped it out at break even, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got in another one. It pushed up on me, and then it just shot down, and I got whipped out at a minimal loss. And I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? Because you know how you can almost figure out the market, and then the pre-market is starting up now for the stocks. And saw that high stock GNS or whatever, like whenever
Yeah.
it was on the Weeble list. So I got a couple of shares of that, and just I just set a take profit because I couldn't set a stop. Like it's the pre-market. I'm not really. Look, I went on with automatically set the stop. I'm like, what the hell? I said, oh damn, it's the pre-market, you know. And I said, well, I said I'm gonna take the native approach. I ain't gonna try to be greedy or nothing. I'm gonna just give me a couple of cents, get up, get out, and it popped up and sold off or whatever. I think it was another one that I took a trade on LQ or something. I don't know if it made the high stock list or not, but
Right.
I made a couple of like cents off of that one. It was pretty much a break even. Then SQQQ. That's the only thing I
Uh-huh.
traded. Well, no, I'm lying. I got an SPXU at the end of the day, and that
Cool.
was it. That was it. You know, other than my Robinhood account, they got like long term stuff, so I made a few adjustments over there. But as far as trades placed, no, not really. You know,
How about you, Linda?
I was in one hot stock pick this morning, but Weeble was doing weird stuff. So I was able to get out
I
and get
remember.
green, but then I was kind of more cautious on that. And then I went over to my Thinkorswim account and I did one play on TSLL, and that's all I did for the day. But I was curious if
I'm
I think Eric Moto, it was maybe an hour before the bell. He called out for you maybe like it was some spy call for like $10 or
oh
something.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He did.
So I
Yeah.
started to look
I
at
had
it.
already used up my I had already used up my buying power
Yeah.
by that time.
But I wanted to, if he was in or somebody can explain, because I had to leave to go run a quick errand, what his thought was with that and would he have been in it? Was that more obviously like a scalp play? But
I
you know
think it
what the logic
was.
is, because sometimes I don't sit there and find the opportunities, I guess, that are there. I don't see them, maybe. I don't know. Does
The
that make sense?
EWOs, yeah, it does, because especially when it's really choppy, there's not a whole lot of opportunity to do a decent EWO
Was that
because
an
you get in it
EWO that
and
he called out?
I don't think it was. I think it was a scalp.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a scalp. I think it because he didn't call out a 2 minute EWO candle on it. So
Okay.
I'm assuming, and I didn't get an opportunity to really delve into it because I was preparing this stream since it
Right.
was so close to that. But I heard him call it out, and I thanked him for it. But I'm pretty sure it was a scalp.
Yeah.
And if he flows through here later, I'll ask him. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that it was a scalp. But that seems like that's what the market was giving us today, was a lot of scalp opportunities. I pulled Vaughn's comment up, said didn't get in, got in a couple of scalps and then stopped. That's seems like that's what it was today.
Really,
Was it just me?
all the EWOs that I saw was like the ones that are fade away real quick. Like I didn't get any strong EWO plays. It was like it was really choppy. Like I think I sent you a picture on X of
Yeah.
I was like, look how choppy this market is. I was like, I'm not touching that thing. And Nana's voice.
Right. I'm not going rug. Welcome, Farah and Joseph. I see you down in the chat. Welcome. Yeah. Nana's like, don't go rug. Yeah, I definitely I'm not a scalper. I'm not a scalper. I just I mean, I'm intrigued by it, but to me it seems like, and I could be wrong here, but and I guess it also depends on the stock. If you use a stock that you don't need a high dollar value to get traction, but it seems to me that the best way to get traction out of a scalp is when you do multiple contracts. And I'm not talking just
Mhm.
like two, I'm talking like five, or if you're going to do a $10 SPY contract, you need to do like $50, or you need to do like five of them in order to really get some decent gain on it.
Yeah.
If you're going to scalp, because
Right.
you're in it for such a short period of time. At EWO is simple. I can do well, we don't want to do one contract, but two contracts for $20 at $10 each, and let it run all day. One, because it's cheap, it's $20. I could set a stop for $5, so all I'm risking is five, and I can let it go all day. And if I end up doubling that, then that's what you want. It's 100% gain,
Hmm.
and that's what you want. And if I took that same gain and I traded $2,000, I would have been a $200 or gain, and vice versa. I mean, you can the EWO is there for a reason. It can really, really play out. But when you get stuff like today, and you get maybe five strong candles, and then next thing you know, it's on a decline the other way, it's
Yes.
it doesn't give you an opportunity to play out, especially if you get a $10 play. Now, green is green. If you get $1, you're good. You're green.
Exactly.
But that's
Yes.
pretty much when you do one or two contracts at $10 a piece, all you're gonna get is $2 or $3 when the EWO is this big, you know.
Yeah.
I'll take it though, because it adds up. And it teaches you the mechanics. It gets you used to getting it, for all intents and purposes, it gets you used to doing EWOs as little as they may be.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
Yep. I was hoping Eric would come in here today, because I was gonna see if I could get him to do some support and resistance lines for us, because he was talking about that Saturday. By the way, Saturday, thank you for those of you who kind of came and hung out. I know you were in here, Ralph. LNT Moto was in here. I saw Linda jump in towards the end there. Cox kind of came in and started it off with me. Brad James was in here, but Michelle Harris got a nice cash app from Michelle Harris. But we listened to, you know, 7 chapters of trading in that 7th chapter was like over an hour long. So we listened to 7 chapters of trading in the zone together, and kind of critiqued it, and kind of, talked about it. And that was fun. I don't mind doing stuff like that. Um, we can't, when we do those things though, because they are so copyright sensitive, we don't really mention American Dream Trading in there, and use the logos, because we don't want to associate Coach if we're going to be doing something that's a little rogue. You know what I mean? But you can kind of keep your nose clean if you go ahead and delete the stream right afterwards. So there is another stream content creator that does that with Prince concerts. I told Coach, so he was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well then, hey, go for broke if that's you want to take the risk. Go ahead." But yeah, they do.
Coach is
I mean, you know what I mean? He's like, he didn't say all that, but he gave me the thumbs up. He's like, I guess that was like him saying, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, we already mentioned your name a gazillion times, but from here on out, we won't mention it in the stream." But I said, I think I'm fine. And they never shut me down. So, and I put out there that it's only for one time only. I had posted a post saying that it was for one time only. So I guess that's why YouTube was like, okay, well, she's doing like Purple Rain Tube. She's not keeping it up. So
they
they
quick
gave me
with
a
the
break.
shutdown too. They
Oh
quick with the
yeah, I've been
shutdown.
shut down before. I was doing something where I was listening to a book a long time ago, or no, it wasn't a book, but it was some other content that I was sharing, and yeah, YouTube shut me straight down. They didn't shut the channel down, but they shut me down, and I guess that was my warning. But yeah, I don't, me, I kind of walk the line sometimes.
It was good
You
though.
sometimes. Yeah, it was fun. It was educational. It reminded me of a lot of stuff that I had kind of forgotten. because I'm so caught up in mechanics that we forget that trading psychology is a huge part of trading. Your mindset is everything, because you can have the best mechanics in the world, but if your mind's not right, your trading is going to suck. Period, point blank. You know, we've seen Coach get in a weird funk. He's admitted to being in weird funks and say, okay, you know what? I'm not trading right now because my mind's not right. Mind is everything.
The
We got somebody else
psychology
trying to
of
come in.
trading is very important.
Yo, check, check,
Yes.
check.
Hello? We
Hey,
hear you. Hey, is this Zen?
sorry about that.
I recognize your voice.
I didn't know my mic was on. I'm sorry.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. I thought you were gonna bust out into a rap.
Oh no, you don't want to hear
Welcome, my
that.
brother. How are you?
I was just
Did you
listening.
trade
I just
today?
joined in and I was listening to what you guys were saying. Did you get flagged by the book on Saturday by reading the book on
I
Saturday?
did not.
Oh,
I did not. And I thought about you. I'm like, where is Zen? Does he even know I'm doing this? He would love to be in this, probably. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I did.
Because,
I just popped. I could hear you guys were doing it. I didn't have a chance to actually join in, but
yeah, you inspired that. You were
oh,
one of the reasons I went and listened to that book to begin with.
it's a great book,
It
Dawn.
really is.
Man, that book changed
Yeah,
my mindset, and it actually trained my thinking into understanding why I was staying in losing trades and not
yeah,
going into winning trades.
Hmm.
And once I started understanding that, I've been having positive days. I haven't had really a negative day since I don't know, like 3 months. For 3 months
wow,
now, I haven't really had like maybe I'll lose $5 in a day or something, but I haven't had a negative day since. It's just been a really, really,
wow.
really, really great 3 months since I started understanding that book. It took me a while to really understand it.
I would say that when I listened to it Saturday, I was definitely in a completely different mindset Zen than I was when I first listened to it when you first recommended it. And
Yeah.
you remember this was back in like February,
Yep.
March when I
Yep.
was
Yeah.
like green, green,
Yeah.
green. You know what I mean?
We all were.
And now,
Yeah.
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 And now that we've had some experience and
Yeah.
some screen time under our belt,
Yeah.
it means so much different. It listens differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I
do.
understand.
I do because I haven't the last time I read that book twice early on because my first time was just reading it, taking notes, and then I reread it to try to kind of comprehend a little more. And then I haven't read it since then, but I've took tons of notes and I've wrote down a bunch of stuff. I've created my own a mantra. I created my own rules, and I've wrote everything down, and I've been in implementing all of that. But I do want to go back and reread that. I read, the book that I read a lot all the time is the 14 pattern candlestick pattern
Candlestick
book.
book? Yeah.
Uh, that's the one that I read all the time because I think that I enjoy scalping, and so I keep rereading that book. Every month at least once I read it because it's such a great book. Also,
Did you trade today?
I did trade, and actually, let me look. I did trade, and I didn't lose any money. But I was also working. So when I work, I don't trade. That's one of my rules is not to really trade. So I don't really get into anything that's crazy. But I made $50 today.
Oh,
40,
cool.
40,
Hey,
50,
Hey,
$55.
I would have loved that because I would have doubled my account. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
That's all that's in it. And I ended up losing $5, so now it's 45.
Oh
But
no.
hey, that's better than losing the whole 50.
So
You
exactly.
know.
what trades did you make today?
I went into small SPY contracts.
Did you
It was
go?
only 3 or
Did you go? Did you
huh?
do? Did you go on calls or puts?
I went on both. I went first on a call, and then I think I went on a put. And then when it looked like it was, and for whatever reason, I kept getting in on the wrong side of it.
Yeah.
I was too impatient to wait for the second candle
Yeah.
because things were moving and switching back and forth so fast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me try to get in on some scalping
Yeah.
and see if I can't add $3-4
Yeah.
to this right here. And here's where I messed up. And Ralph and Linda, I didn't say this earlier. I was up.
Yeah.
What, 20%? I had made $10 in the first trade, the call.
Yeah.
And held it too long because once it started trickling
Hitting.
downwards,
Yeah.
and it went
Held
down to
on to the
$4,
cookie.
came back up to 8,
Yeah.
went back down to 3, came back up to 7, and then I'm like, okay, all right.
Right.
So I held on to it with the false hope that it would get back up to the 10 and maybe even double, and instead it went the other way, and I lost the 5 and I got out of it.
Right.
The put, I broke even because as soon as it started shooting back up, I said, oh, I'm not doing this today.
Yeah.
And I got right back out of the trade.
Hey, that's good right there.
It was a
Yeah.
tricky start of the market because I noticed SPY. Well, first of all, I had a straddle play from Friday. I had a put and a call for today on SPY. And last night when I started reading some news that China markets were going up and all this stuff, I'm thinking, well, that call is definitely going to play out, and it did. And I jumped out. It was a small contract on both. But then I noticed that for the first hour and a half, it was a bitch. SPY kept really messing with everybody. It was just right on VWAP there.
Did.
And I'm looking at the charts.
It rode VWAP most of the day.
Yeah. I was looking at those charts and I'm thinking, man, those guys at ADT, they got to be sweating this one because I couldn't listen to you guys, but I was looking at the charts. I had it on my phone. And I'm like, man, this is horrible. And then it had that drop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, wow, look at that thing. What the heck just
happened? I did not think that was going to happen, and I'll tell you why. We were on the 15-minute candle rule, speaking about that this morning.
Yeah.
And I realized in doing that and listening to the back and forth, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's 2 different rules there that pertain to that one candle. And I think what we were doing as a group was we were kind of fusing the 2 and it was almost a little bit back and forth. Well, no, it means this. Well, no, it means that. Well, it actually means both. There's 2 rules there. One is if the first 15-minute candle does not surpass the pre-market high, chances are that stock's going to be down for the day, most likely, not guaranteed. And the second part of that is if it's red, chances are it's going to be down all day. If it's green, chances are it may be green all day. So it's 2 separate rules. And SPY had a green candle, then 5 little red ones. Huge green candle on the 15-minute. And then so that lets you know right there it's going to be choppy.
It was not followed up with the continuation at all.
It
was choppy. And then in the afternoon, I happened to open my phone and I see SPY hovering over a VWAP there. And right above the 200, and this was around almost 2 o'clock, and I'm thinking, and I honest to God, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I'm going to drop 30 contracts, 30 puts in here, and then I'm like, because I was working and I'm walking around and I'm taking pictures, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do anything. As soon as I said that massive downward candle on SPY goes down and dropped $1. I'm like, oh my God.
Talk about FOMO, right?
What?
No, that's what we call pismo.
Huh?
Pissed on missed out.
I know exactly.
Remember Cox and I came up with Pismo.
So then that was it. I'm like, well, no, now it's too late. I'm not going to even bother with this stuff. Forget about it.
Yeah, man.
No, but I
Oh
was
man.
really, I was going to jump in with 30 contracts, and I'm thinking, well, we'll see what happens, because if it went up like
Whoa.
that previously
You
in the
would have
morning,
printed.
maybe now it's going to happen to be like that in the afternoon. And sure,
See, and that's why I got in on the call, because of that 15-minute green candle.
yeah,
And it did get me $10.
Yeah.
Remember, I only went in with like 20.
yeah,
So I was doing pretty good. It did get me 10. I'm like, okay, cool. We're gonna double and maybe triple this 20 real quick,
Yeah.
and then get what we can get and get out.
yeah,
And it ended up going right back there. The 5 little red candles prevailed.
yeah. That's too
But
bad.
it stayed above VWAP for a long time before it started doing that dipping shit.
Yeah.
And then it dipped way down.
Yeah.
And just kept. I'm like, oh man, that first 15 minutes. There's the rare occurrence where the first 15 minutes.
That's right. It didn't work. No, there's always an exception to all the rules, and this is why charting and candle reading and lines of resistance and VWAP and moving averages, these are all great, but nothing is guaranteed. You're still taking a chance, because nobody can predict what the future is going to be. Somebody could sell 1 million contracts while it's going up, and all of a sudden it just poops the bed.
What does Coach say? All trades are risky. Oh my God! Speaking of which, Zen, remember the story in Trading in the Zone about the guy who had the guy come in and teach him about the market, and then dropped told his brokers to sell 1 million.
Exactly. That's exactly. That's why I referenced that, because that's what it could happen. And you
Market
got
makers.
like even people here in this group. I mean, you got guys like Jimmy and Brady and all these big hitters, and I think Eric also, he does a lot of SPY stuff. And you got all these guys that at one point they can dump everything and they can move a market. If they're dumping $1 million, that's gonna move a needle a little bit.
Mashula.
Oh yeah, did she hit $1 million already?
Huh?
Did Mashula hit $1 million yet?
I'm sure she.
How many?
I can't say I'm sure. I don't know, right? But I feel like Mashula is a millionaire. I really
Good
do.
for her. Good for
She's
her.
been trading for 30 years.
Yeah.
She's got so much experience with it, and you can hear it in her voice. What she, and a lot of the questions she asks. She even admitted the other day that she asked them to get a feel and put it out there. So I guess new people get thinking in that direction. It's not that she doesn't know the answer. Sometimes she does it just so she can get the question answered for other people who may not have asked that question. But maybe thinking it.
Man, Masulo got all y'all food.
Yeah.
Masulo is a master trader, I'm telling you. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Well, in any case, that's great. I just
good for her, right?
Today was a funny day. I knew it was going to be an interesting Monday. Yes, last night I was reading the news and checking everything, and I'm thinking, man, Monday is going to be interesting for sure.
I thought that too.
I'm sure enough.
I thought that too.
I didn't think it was going to be a day like we had last week where it just kept running. I didn't see that happening, because I think the Fed is speaking on Friday, so there's people betting on that.
Plus, I think Nvidia was driving it a lot too.
Yeah.
Nvidia was driving the market a lot last week.
Probably
because of earnings.
Yeah.
I remember Monday was huge, because didn't they have earnings on Wednesday? Or was it Thursday?
They had earnings on Wednesday night, and then everything just crapped the bed on Thursday.
Yeah, Monday it drove the market, because Monday it was going up, and then Tuesday it was in the crapper.
Yeah.
Leading into earnings, which Coach was saying was unusual.
Yeah.
Normally if it's going to take a dump, it does it after earnings, not right before.
Yeah. So someone's saying in the chat that only the shares can move the price. I guess I actually don't know. Well, that would make sense. The shares.
That's true. But
Yeah.
if somebody sees
Yeah.
that somebody is putting up a whole bunch of options, what you think they're gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Mishula owns a lot of shares. She owns a
So,
ton of
Yeah.
Tesla.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't know. I guess if I'm playing with millions,
all of it has an influence. All
if
of
I'm,
it, options,
right,
shares, it don't matter. All that's gonna move the price.
right,
If I see somebody, I got shares, and I see somebody, I'm long on my shares,
right,
and somebody comes in and unusual put options. What you think I'm gonna do? I'm
right,
gonna tighten up a stop or something,
right,
because this
right.
thing's about to drop.
Yeah.
They know something. Somebody knows something.
Well, that's
You know?
it. That's it. I mean, if you're the kind of trader that actually follows, like I don't follow that, but
Yeah, me neither.
I'm sure lots of traders, they follow the movement and the volume on the options and the particular types of options too. So
Right.
whether it's the day of or 2 weeks or a week or whatever it is, you know, there's people that are tracking these, and if they see somebody put in an order for 1 million calls for next
Right.
week, for example, like, wait a second, something, just one order like that is strange. So, you know, that's
Blue Horseshoe loves Anacott Steel. It's like, okay, yeah, something's going on.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I mainly watched it. Like, so again, I didn't make a lot of money. I didn't do any major trades today, but it was interesting. And like Coach says, any green day is a good day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even if you make
even
a
if
break
it's
even,
$1, you know?
Yeah, even if it's just $1, it's a
even
great
if you break
day.
even, you still
Yeah.
didn't lose. You know.
No, I agree.
Because you set up the inertia.
Yeah.
If you're green, it counts as a green day, and the more of those you put together, think about it.
Yeah.
If you put together $1 of green every day, you got $30 at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Say you decide to then use that whole 30,
Yeah.
and then you start using 60, and then 90, and then before you know it, you've turned that $1 into hundreds of dollars and then thousands.
Yeah.
You know,
Trust
and
me,
then
I know.
millions. You know, it all starts with $1.
So
I know.
what do you
That's my-
think it's been your biggest breakthrough, Don? Since you joined this group, what do you think it's been your greatest breakthrough here?
I would say understanding of the 2-minute EWO, how it's structured and how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Not only that, using it in relation to knowing where the support and resistance lines are.
Yeah.
Those two things coupled together,
Yeah.
you can make some money. You can lose some money, but you can make some money. That to me has given me a lot more clarity and a roadmap to how to succeed in this.
So
You know?
So if you see a 2-minute EWO, either side, up or down, it doesn't matter. But if you see a 2-minute EWO forming, if it's within a level of resistance, you think twice. Is that something that goes through your mind? It's like if it's starting to hit a huge or resistance or support, depending on which way it's going. Do you like think
Right.
twice about that? Or
It all depends on if it's above the MA 200, if it's above the 21 and 55, and it's above VWAP, and the second candle is substantially larger than the first.
yeah.
Then I will get in, regardless of the resistance level. But I'll be mindful that it's there,
Yeah.
and that way I'm not, going in blind.
Yeah.
But I'll get in because resistance levels are meant to be broken.
Right. The same as support.
So-
right.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So if all the confluences are there, there's no reason not to get in the trade.
See, today I kind of felt like VWAP was a big catapult with SPY.
It was.
If SPY was going up, VWAP launched it higher. But if it was going down, it buried it even more. And I noticed that there was plenty of opportunity today to get in on the 2-minute EWO on SPY, and if one was to follow the beginning, I guess, at the second red or the first 2-minute EWO red from SPY of the day. So in the morning, beginning there, if we were to follow the 2-minute EWO, those swings were big enough to make some really good profits, right?
Yeah,
In
I'm
hindsight,
looking at it as we speak.
yeah,
Yeah, because it was green for a little bit, but it was a weak green.
right,
But yeah, it was a green swing and a red swing,
yeah,
and both of them were pretty decent
right,
long swings,
right,
and it's so funny because then it goes back to green and then red again.
right,
So it had 4 EWO plays that I'm looking at.
yeah,
And when you're in the moment, you're not really seeing that until the end of the day when it
right,
plays out.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
So now I'm looking at it zoomed out. I'm like, wow, there were 4 EWO plays
yeah,
there. And it makes it look like it wasn't as choppy as we thought it was.
right. But when you're there,
When you're in the moment, it's like, okay, this is choppy as
when
hell.
you're in the
You know?
storm, and that 100-foot wave comes at you.
Yeah. Yeah, see now, you know what though? It is because there's
Yeah.
actually it's 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. I mean, yeah, there's 5 different EWOs, and this thing is hugging VWAP.
There's lots of chop
And
there, and that's
yeah,
where I guess position sizing is
Matters.
what would save
yeah,
you, because seriously, if I was actually following this, and I'm going to try to do this tomorrow because I'm going to be able to actually trade tomorrow morning, but I have to. I up until this point I've been scalping a lot, and but I have to switch into this mindset of really following the 2-minute EWO, because if you look at this one, no matter how choppy it was, had you gotten in, I think, what is that, 10:45 maybe at the second red 2-minute EWO on SPY, you would have rode that thing all the way down there until it did a double bottom on that thing. Even if you got off of that first hit of that 440, whatever it was, 440.88, I think it is. And even if you gotten off of that one and then waited for another EWO, then you would have rode all the way up. There was definitely, and then you had that massive drop, and the 2-minute EWO alerted you right before that massive drop. That was payday right there, man. Anybody that was in that thing, they made a lot of money.
10:46, and then yeah, you're right. The second green one that happened for the day.
Yeah.
See that? There we go. Right after 10 o'clock, Ralph. I said trading after 10. Yeah, that was 12:42
Yeah.
on the green one.
Yeah.
The
That's a
second
shift
candle.
change.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
But see, you know what? That goes to Coach's point.
Yeah.
If you have the wherewithal to get in these trades,
Right.
get in all of them. Don't cherry pick, because you never know which one is going to run.
Right. So one of the trades that I did today was, because one of the rules that we also talk about is how if it's below VWAP, you don't get into a call even with a 2-minute EWO, I guess, or maybe I'm misunderstanding, but that's kind of my understanding of it right at the moment.
Yeah, if it's below VWAP, you're wanting to get into a put if the second candle's there.
Right. So right around what is this? 1 o'clock, right before. So right at VWAP there, when it was going up, I actually placed calls as soon as it held above VWAP, and I went a couple of candles, and then I bailed because I thought I had one of my resistances here, and I'm thinking, well, this might hit a resistance point here, and it might turn back, and ended up running. But so me seeing the 2-minute EWO green building up, and then giving me the go ahead above VWAP is what gave me the confidence to put a call on that
Mm-hmm.
on SPY there right around 1 o'clock there. And I
I'm
and
trying to find, it was a green one.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
It was the green.
Yeah, because the EWO was already green. It wasn't the second one. It was maybe like the 10th or whatever it is. But because it made
As
it
soon as
above
it broke
VWAP,
above VWAP, yeah.
right?
And
So
then,
because it made it above
Yeah, I see
VWAP
what it.
is the reason why I got in, because it could have gone to VWAP in reverse, because it does that all the time.
mhm.
And
It
today,
broke above that, and then it hit right there around 443. That's what you're talking
yeah,
about? Yeah.
well, it hit resistance at 443.26, and
Right,
that's when
yeah.
it started coming back down.
Hmm.
It's a $3 swing from almost a $3 swing here, because it
Right.
went from 440.76 all the way up to 443.26.
Hmm.
So $2.50. That's crazy.
And then once you get above,
You got in at 1 o'clock, Zen?
Yeah,
Wow. You waited for a minute, didn't you?
I did. That's one of the things that I've been practicing is patience.
yes.
But okay, so here's my thing. Here's my question. Because Coach is always saying, make sure you get in on the second candle, which I see why he says that, because if it comes back and pulls back,
Yeah,
then you can get stopped out if you have your stop set in place. Whereas if you're all the way back in the beginning of that on the second candle, chances are it won't reach your stop.
right.
So, but I see where you got in, and from there, I mean, it just went ballistic.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So you're gonna gain.
yeah.
It wasn't an EWO play; it was a scalp.
It was a
But you
scalp.
made money.
Yes, it was a
Yeah.
scalp. Yes, I didn't write it all the way up. It was a scalp, and I think I went up.
Man, that thing went up there.
Yeah, and it was just one
If
contract.
if it would have broke above 443.30 though, ooh, it would have been gone. Probably would have. Then again, it probably would have got rejected. It got
Yeah.
rejected 3 times.
Yeah, it was a
Whenever-
crazy run. I mean, SPY had a crazy run today. It just there was potential to make a ton of money going down and going up 4 times,
Hmm.
Yeah.
twice on
Yeah.
the way down and twice on the way up.
See, and here's my thing. Coach always says get more than one contract. So basically, it would have been about 6 to 10 contracts, maybe, if I'm getting 2 each. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
because you can't cherry pick. Well, I'm going to get 5 contracts and I'm just going to go in on this one. You don't know how long that one is going to
Yeah.
last.
yeah.
And then if you use all of it in that one, and you don't have any more buying power. So, it's
Right. Well, that's why
You know.
that's why if you're limited, you gotta think. And coach does say sometimes 1 to 5 trades a day. These would have been 4 trades, right? So
Yeah.
I'm actually been trying to teach my kids this. If you got $100, split it up into $20 each, and see what you
Yeah.
can do with that. If you're making $4 or $5, I mean, for you to get a $20 SPY contract, in the morning, you're going to go with same day. The next day, you're going to have to go far out a little bit, not too much, I don't think, but I think probably like three out of the money. But if you do that, it'll move slower, but at least you're making some money, so you're building up.
If they make $5, it's 20%. You got to go off percentages, right?
Right.
Hmm. Yep.
And so that's kind of how I'm trying to teach them to do this.
Yeah.
So they can make their own money, so they can pay for a VIP. I ain't buying it. Get your own goddamn
That's
VIP.
awesome.
You gonna help your son with your rent? Hell no, I ain't helping my son with my rent. Got to help pay my own goddamn rent.
That's right.
Right. Well, that's awesome, Jen, that you're teaching them that too. How old are they?
Well, I have 4 kids, so 2 are twins. They're 18, and those are the ones that I'm teaching. My other one's too young. She doesn't really listen to me.
You're setting them up for success
and
if they have that mindset.
Yeah, and my oldest one, she's doing her own thing. She's doing pretty well. She graduated last year. She's well off. she's actually becoming better than me.
Wow.
She went to college, graduated, got herself CPA degree, and now she's doing her own thing. So
Well, that's the goal.
Nice.
yeah,
If I had kids, I
Nice.
want them to do
Is
better
she
than me.
great?
yeah. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not lamenting it. I'm happy for her. But so
Yeah.
she's doing her own thing there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, I'm super happy for her, and my boys the
Yeah.
same thing. I'm happy for them. One wants to
Mhm.
go to college, the other one doesn't know what he wants to do. So
Yeah.
Wow.
and
But at least you're providing them with a skill and you're teaching them how to fish and not giving them fish.
yeah,
Exactly.
I've tried. I try to do that. Even for my oldest, I've always told her. I said, "Listen, I'm here to help you, not to enable you." And that's one
Yeah.
thing that I've always hammered into all my kids' heads is that if you everybody makes mistakes, like we all make mistakes, we all fall and hit our face on the ground once in a while, and not because of anything other than you miscalculated whatever move you're doing, and that happens, you know.
Yeah.
But I've also I've told them, but if I don't see you guys going out and doing for yourselves, I can't help you. I can't
Yeah.
do that. I'm sorry, because listen, I got they have three, each one of them. They have three siblings, so I got to help all of them, and so I can't just focus on one kid because he wants he doesn't want to go out and do something. Not to say that
Right.
not to say that I have a kid that's doing that. It's just that that's what I taught them. Is that go out, do for yourself. If you fail, okay, come see me and let's talk. Let's see what happened. And let's talk about it.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I try to teach my kids.
Daddy.
Nah. All right. Let's talk about it. What happened?
What happened?
Who is that
Come
one
talk to me.
person that be like, yes, daddy? in the chat, yes, daddy.
Yeah.
L&T Motor. Shout out to L&T Motor. He was definitely in there with us Saturday listening to the book. Welcome.
Yeah.
And there's Eric Smoto. Eric, why don't you come up and do some support and resistance for us, bro?
Yeah, Don, I gotta
That
sign
would
out
be
and
so
sign back in. So check me back in because my thing messing up. I gotta leave and come back.
Okay. Yep. We'll do. We got Eric Smoto down in the chat. Joseph. Juan V. Rob Suko. Hey, Rob. How are you doing, sweetie? I appreciate everybody being here. I love doing these. Just to kind of, just to talk it out, you know? Feels good just to talk it out, because you can go into the next day. We might learn something here, or somebody will remind us of something that we completely forgot about. And then you can take that into the next day's trades,
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it's amazing. Speaking of which, I did a little video on that 2 minute, not the 2 minute, but on a candle. And I'm gonna take a water break, play it real quick here.
There you go. That was nice.
Shout out to American Dream Trading. Thank you. I knocked that out in like 20 minutes after we talked about it this morning because there was confusion on it. And Lee was like, somebody needs to write that down. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a video.
You're such
it was because at first it was confusing me.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say that you're such a great asset to this group. You really are, John. You're the the work that you do, and I think that you get the compliments that you deserve, but it's never enough because you do a tremendous amount of work. I'm in video production. I'm a photographer. I know exactly the amount of work that it requires to put all of that stuff together, finding all of those assets to bring everything together to make those videos. That ain't easy, and you do an amazing job putting all of that stuff together with your hard
Thank
work
you,
and
Zach.
the time that you and your dedication. It's incredible. My hat's off to you for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really, really do. That that wow, that the man, you're like about to bring a tear to my
No, you
eye.
deserve
Thank
all
you.
the accolades that because listen, coach is just one guy,
Blind.
and
Blind on top of it. Let's add that into the mix.
I forgot. How do you see? That's the thing. That's why I'm so
All through
amazed.
peripheral vision.
I
All
don't
through peripheral
understand.
vision. I have no central vision at
Oh
all.
my. So are you looking to your wife when you're working? It's like you're looking to the side, and she thinks you're looking at her.
No, I did. You know what? As funny as it is, yeah, I look down, and
Oh,
that gives me my peripheral vision all up here.
that is.
Like I'm looking at my camera, but I'm not seeing it at all. I'm only doing that so that I'm appearing to give you guys eye contact.
Wow.
But in order to see myself on the screen, I have to look where I'm looking now.
Wow.
And you see, I'm not looking at the camera, but now I can see peripherally what's going on the screen.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing, Don. I don't know how you do it. That's you're like an inspiration to people like me, seriously, because I know I've been in this business for 13 years, and I've always been involved in media, and you're like an inspiration to somebody that's been doing this for so long, and I'm like I can do that. What you do, I know I
Wow.
couldn't do because I don't know how you do it.
I imagine what I want to see, and I just try my hardest to put it out there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're
And
like Da Vinci. You're like Don
I love
Vinci.
it. Go on. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. Somebody, I was in another group before where I was kind of throwing some videos out there, and he called me Vision. He's like, because you have the vision. You don't have eyesight, but you have vision.
Yep, that's right. That's right. It's true though.
People don't realize then that there's a difference.
There is,
You can have vision without having eyesight,
of course,
you know?
of course.
And all it takes is imagination, you know? Gene Wilder sang it best, you know? Pure imagination. And if you can put together a few apps on your phone, because I don't use any software,
Yeah.
I just do everything right on my phone because it's so easy. I can pull it up to my face, and you
Oh
know what I
wow.
mean? So it
Wow.
makes it a lot easier for me.
Jesus.
And just I pull together just a few apps and like Keynote,
Yeah.
BizArt,
Yes.
where you can take the background out of words and things like
Yes.
that,
Yes.
Video Leap,
Yes.
you know, iMovie, there I throw all that stuff together. And DaVinci Resolve, actually,
Yeah.
you can, I don't know if it's on iOS yet, but it's on iPad, and I don't have an iPad.
Uh,
But I'm like, wait till they get that on the phone. I'm definitely gonna play with that.
wow.
If they have it on the iPad, wouldn't they have it on iOS? Or no, not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily. I think I don't know. I mean, I'm not a DaVinci user. I know the platform. I've tried to switch from Premiere to DaVinci, but I'm just too lazy for that. The
Yeah,
learning
people
curve.
think I'm using Premiere and all of that, and I'm not. I'm using like a Video Leap. I'm
Yeah.
using something that's $60 a year. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just
Yeah.
adding other apps that do other things
Yeah.
to it,
And then you
and
bring everything
pulling
together.
that in.
That's a
You
skill.
know.
That's a skill,
Yeah.
I tell you. That's not easy to
I, I'll
do.
create um I'll create green screen stuff too. I'll go on something like Fonto and just pull up a green background
Yeah.
type in a font and purposely put it on the green background, go take it into BizArt or put it in Video Leap and take the background out of it and then animate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Because the Video Leap doesn't have that font. And add color to it and all kind of stuff. I'll do that in Keynote. I'll animate something in Keynote, but I'll do it on a green background so that I can then pull it in the Video Leap and pull the background out of it because it doesn't have that particular animation in Video Leap.
Oh my God, you just blew my mind. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna sell all my gear. I'm gonna sell all my stuff and quit. What the heck?
And it's like, Jen's watched me. She's like, how the hell do you do that so fast? It's like I've pretty much memorized where everything is. So I'm like doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Put zip, 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 zip. It's almost like Minority Report where he's doing that and I'm zip, zip, zip.
It's called muscle training. Your muscles are trained and your brain's already trained to where it's got to go. It's like a piano player, you know, and knows where the keys are. You don't even have to look at it.
Yeah.
It's an art. It's an art, and it takes talent to do that. And you obviously are very talented because the videos that you put together are amazing. I love them. So.
Yes, he is a paid actor. Everybody, I got him in here just to say all that stuff. Thank you. The check's in the mail.
Well, I think too, if you have one sensory thing that's maybe you're not as strong in, all the other ones work overtime, and so
right,
you know, it brings out the best in all of them, really, and it just
really does.
Yeah,
that's
you do an excellent job.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize the time that it takes to do all that you do unless you've been in photography or been in video and things like that. But people think you just can very quickly hit a button and boom, 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 and you got it. And that's, you know, it's getting better, you know, the things you can do now versus a year ago, 2 years, 5 years ago. But it still takes time.
Of course, yeah.
It does. It really does. I mean, people don't realize to edit a 5-minute video that could take you all day.
Yes.
You know.
Of course.
You know,
and can you put the
slimming, if you're doing it for 5 or 10.
Slimming lens on me? Can you put the slimming lens on me and take off 20 pounds? And I want a different background. And, you know. And then
I actually could. There's a little button called transform. I can squeeze you in.
Can you do that to about 1,000 images, like at a wedding? We used to do a lot of weddings, and it's like nowadays I think people are so distorted on what reality is and how they really are themselves.
Well, and that's another thing. I want to play with AI because AI is beginning to dip into the video editing.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to like play with AI and see what I can do with that.
Yeah.
I haven't really touched on it yet. Video Leap's got some stuff in there that you can mess with AI, but you know, it's cool. It turns everything into cartoons, and that's cool. But I'm like, you know, let's do other stuff with it. You know, like let's have Coach teaching us in outer space or something. One time I did something. Just, you know what I want? I visualize all kind of. It's like I did something just for fun one day. I'll throw it in here one day. But I said, you know, I'm a Prince fan. Let's have Prince walking on a pizza in outer space singing, and I did it. I have Prince singing Purple Rain, and the stage. I replaced the stage with a pizza.
Oh my God!
And I put all of that, the background out of all of that, and it's in outer space, the whole scene.
Hey Dawn, do you watch the show? Do you watch the show Black Mirror? Hi. Have you ever seen Black Mirror?
Christina.
Black Mirror, no, I haven't.
Christina.
Hey. Yeah, I don't
have the
I watched the other night this show Black Mirror, the first episode of the latest season, I guess, and it was about this girl was in an office, she's doing her thing, and then she gets home after everything it shows, but then she gets home and she's watching TV, and there's a story show on called Joan is Awful, and her name is Joan, and it's someone playing her, and it's everything up to the minute about her life, like they're watching her, and it's supposed to be Selma Hayek, whatever her name is, playing her, but someone is playing, like it's all about AI. It's how and the lady, her lawyer said, I could have her doing this and that to whatever, and it wouldn't matter. And it's all AI. You can have anybody's face doing anything, and it was a big. I mean, it's a crazy show, but it's bad what happened. You can have
AI
anybody doing
is
anything.
dangerous for somebody like me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I can find an app that would allow me to use AI and I can figure out how to really, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could do some bad things too.
It's gonna be next level.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm back. I had to go run to the kitchen. I can't beat her. I gotta make the tinfoil hat. Go ahead, Christina.
Oh yeah.
Let's
oh,
go.
my tinfoil. You guys are gonna regret not listening to me one day. You'll see. You'll see. Things are happening. You guys don't even know. I'm telling you.
You always say that. Things are
They
happening.
are.
Behind the scenes. I can't talk about it, but things are happening.
Yes, it's true. I know people that work at the banks, and people know about this stuff, and things are happening, and it's not going to be good, but it will be good, but it won't be, especially if you don't know and you don't listen. You want to make fun of my tinfoil hat.
Hey, I got mine. I just told you I want to go get it.
Go get it. Yeah, keep
What's
it on.
tinfoil
I'm telling you.
hat?
I'm telling you. There's some shit gonna go down.
I break the tinfoil hat out every once in a while now.
Yep. There's some big shit gonna go down.
Oh damn.
There's some big shit. People are gonna be like, people are gonna be shocked. There's gonna end up being big protests. There's gonna be big what do you call them? Not protests, but what people do during them.
Right. It's gonna
Riots?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
That's a good stop.
It'll be good in the end, but what's happening, it's not good. If you watch that video I sent you guys, and then you go into further ones, there's like people in courtrooms talking about like in courtrooms. I'm telling you, I know stuff is true because I just got myself out of a court case using that stuff. I used
so as many times as price touch the line.
I didn't just get my case dropped. They sealed it without me even showing up at court the next time. They sent me a letter.
Hey, but wait a minute. Hey, but this is just kind of getting the thing back on the stop. I am really impressed by what you did today. You rolled out of bed and made $715.
That's what we want to hear about.
I'm still making some.
How did you do that?
I've been making a lot more.
Tell him how you work that stop loss. Tell him how you work that stop loss.
I've been listening to that sound wave too at night.
Doing a little something.
Yeah.
What the hell? Talk about that trade. I need to know about that.
Yes.
I
What
went
did
in.
you
What
do?
stop?
I went in, I watched it, and I didn't even place a stop. I kept it ready to place my stop real fast because it kept going back and forth. And then when it went up a little bit more, then I placed that stop right there. And then as it went up a little, I just left it for a while, and then it popped, and then it just popped.
What stock was it?
Okay. Hang on, let me see. Okay, hold on, I'll find it.
I was like, no way, man.
That's awesome.
That's somebody who's got a knack
Yes.
for it. Listen, if Christina figured shit out, she'd be dangerous.
No,
She'd be sitting where
She needs to play the
Sheila
lottery.
sitting. I'm telling you.
She do play the lottery. She do that.
Because if she like figured shit out to the letter, like the EWO and all of that and the strategies, that girl's a millionaire inside of a year.
Wow.
Listen.
Because she's got balls of steel. She will go in and just drop something and make a shit ton of money, not even thinking.
Dang.
Not even like knowing what the hell she's doing. So imagine if she targeted something and was able to focus and do it on purpose, like on purpose.
Well, she'll get there.
You know what I mean? She does it on purpose, but good God Almighty, let her tell it. She's like, I don't know. Yeah, right. You know something.
Yeah, listen, she's in the right group, man. Let her. She'll figure it out. She's in the right group.
Yeah.
Sure. So she'll figure it out.
Because we all care too, and nobody wants to see you lose money either.
Right.
So I mean, we're all gonna do it, but
well, I mean, that's the way it is, you know.
That's part of the game.
yeah.
The whole point is to have more winners than losers.
Hold up. Let me bring it back to the GOAT.
Man, I was so impressed by that.
Yeah.
The loss is the price that you pay to see if your ideal is going to work out. Shout out to Mark Douglas. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Look at him
Yeah.
here.
You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Look, I had the one section of that book memorized where it says there's a finite number of traders. Remember that paragraph? And they do things that form repetitive patterns, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
And I remember writing that down, and now just it I thought it sunk in then, but now after so much screen time and watching, you know, how they behave,
Yeah.
it's like, wow, I see what's going on there. And I mean, sometimes it's a battle period. Like you'll see, it's like no wonder it's volatile.
What book is
You know,
this?
you'll see
What book are you reading?
Trading in the Zone. Saturday, I listened to Trading in the Zone live,
Oh,
which we're technically not supposed to
is that why
do,
it got taken
but
down?
we
Is
listened to,
that what happened? Is that why
huh?
it got taken down? That
I took it down.
Oh, okay,
I took it
okay.
down. Yeah, I took it down because you're not supposed to be doing it. So they let you get away with it if you don't leave it up.
Okay.
You know,
I
and the
got you.
only reason I said that I was telling everybody that I did is because there's a channel that does Prince concerts like that every Friday and Saturday, but they take it right down after the concert's
Oh
over.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like every Friday and Saturday. It's called Purple Rain 2.
Oh really?
And you can sit back, get your snacks, and watch one of Prince's concerts
Oh
Oh, wow.
damn. I didn't know
live.
about
And
that.
Yeah.
everybody's in the live chat talking about, oh yeah.
That's
And
cool.
then it's like being there because you got everybody talking in the chat. Oh, I remember this. I was there. Or, oh, I've never seen him live. I mean, it's a really cool live chat going on. And as soon as it's over, they take it down.
That's awesome. Huh. I did not
Actually,
know
a great
about that.
idea.
Warner Brothers is not playing with their copyright stuff. You cannot do Prince stuff, so
Right.
they have to take it down, or Warner Brothers would get them shut down.
Yeah.
And the lawsuits would come pouring in.
So is that what you did
Yeah.
the book on? That same type of a channel? That same thing? To where you could do that?
That's what I did. I pulled the book up
Uh-huh.
and I shared it, and I just turned my speakers up, and we listened to it for hours, like all the way up to chapter 7.
I
And then
missed that.
yeah, but it was 3 hours left in the day, and we had been listening from about 11 o'clock all the way up to about 5, 6 o'clock. So I'm
Damn.
like, okay, that's long enough.
Right.
My wife got off work. I'm like,
Kristen
okay.
said, damn.
I wanted to do the whole book, Zen. I really did, but I'm like, okay. You know, she's off. I'm like, I got 3. When I looked and saw there was 2 hours and 45 minutes worth of stuff left,
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, I can't do it. I'm like, maybe we can break this up, and maybe I can do it again where I do maybe a chapter or 2.
Yeah.
Then we can kind of discuss it, and then maybe another weekend come back and pick up where we left off, do another 2 chapters instead of so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I missed the whole thing. I'd have to catch up.
Hey, Christina.
I figured you thought it was boring. That's why you
Hell
didn't
no,
come.
no. I'd listen while I'm doing other things. I would just put my ear thing in and, you know, clean or whatever.
That's
and
what I'm sure most
Yeah.
people did.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I did. Hey, you really need.
I
to do
was
that.
even in and out doing other things, but I was
Yeah.
listening to it. You
I mean,
know?
I like to learn. My problem is things I can't retain it. Things like it just doesn't stay. I have this little disorder going on, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it, and I don't think I can.
See, and on top of that, but you rolled out of bed and made $700 with a disorder.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
I did.
You know what I mean?
Imagine what I used to be able
I
to
mean,
do.
that's-
Imagine what I used to be able to do before I was before I had this. Oh man.
Oh man, it's like if I could see the stuff that I would be doing,
Right.
I would have software then. I would be at my computer constantly creating that.
You can't
Hey.
make your print
I mean,
any
but-
bigger or anything. Like it's not the biggerness. It's not the size of it. It's the fuzziness, isn't it?
What?
Or
Christina.
your eyesight. Is it like it's not big enough, or is it because you get the white, like the snow stuff, or?
You know what? Let me describe for you guys what my vision is like. Have you ever stared into the sun and then looked away?
Yeah.
And then it was really bright. You could see shit, but it was really bright still because you had that residual left over.
You know, you get the spots.
Yeah.
and
That's what my
everything.
eyesight's like.
Ugh.
So basically, you just
That's
be
what
blind.
my eyesight. It's like
Yeah.
looking through sunlight all the time, and with the central vision being completely blocked out.
So it
So
don't
is it
matter
like-
the size
So
of
wait,
it.
so is it like sunlight blinding, or is it like when you go outside and it's really bright, and
Like
then you
snow.
come into a dark room?
If you've ever been to Colorado, when there's snow on the ground, the sun is so bright here and so hot.
Yeah, you get snow blinding.
It's blinding.
Slow blinding. Yeah.
it's very blinding.
It's kind of like watching TV that's got snow on it.
Yeah.
I can
Oh,
see my
wow.
screen.
So it's
Oh.
kind
But
of so
it's
it's
got,
kind of
like,
like
That
Mitch's
sucks.
Mitch's apple chart.
Is what?
And that's exactly what I said. When he showed that, I said, Mitch, that's what my eyesight's like, dude. It's like I'm looking through snow constantly. And the weird thing is my wife found she found a video this weekend of a guy that does it's a pill that they've created called Super Sight or something like that, and it's plant-based. And it's made up of apofolic acid and a whole bunch of stuff that's in fruits and vegetables, lycopene, and they have concentrated amounts and they've put it into a capsule. Apparently he had some type of macular issue as well, and he started taking it and it cleared his eyesight up.
Wow.
So within a matter of about 6 months. So I'm thinking about, and they only want like $70 a bottle or something like that. I'm thinking about getting a few bottles, you know what I mean? And seeing what can happen. It's plant-based and I'm a raw vegan. So, and they said it requires a lifestyle change. I've already made that change. So if anybody's a good candidate, I am. I just don't want it to be one of those pills where 6 months from now you see on a TV commercial, did you or a loved one take Super Sight? You know, you know. So Bindler, Spindler, and Windler, you know, have a case because it caused cancer or some shit. So I just don't want that to be the thing. But it's plant based, so, and I'm plant based, so it should work.
I'm laughing because that's so funny.
We
Oh my
joke
God.
about that all the time. Did you or a loved one?
You guys should try and get in this stock.
Speaking of stock,
It's supposed to pop like until Wednesday. It's supposed to be like a big that people are watching it, and it already has gone up quite a bit today, and it's going up more in after hours. So
what is
it
it?
might be something to look at.
What's the name of it?
Oh,
What's
it's
the ticker?
okay.
It's the one you hit off today.
Oh, that's the one you made the money off of it.
Go ahead with it. Okay, what? I guess we lost her.
Okay
Can
then.
you hear me now? Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Is
when I
that the whole
switch
ticker,
screens-
Zen?
okay, YO. When I switch screens, I guess my voice goes away. It's at
Okay, YO.
$3.10 right now. I bought in at $2. I can't remember.
Let me get check it out. Hey, Christina, that's it. That's what I was gonna. You trade SOXL, right?
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be
still in it,
damned.
and I'm down though.
Lolo.
Listen,
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Fucking Lolo. Lolo, you should come up here, dude.
come on alive, Lolo.
We miss you. I've been waiting to see that name. I was wondering if you were going to come in. And shout out to my beautiful wife, Vegan Knowledge. By the way, guys,
Hey,
she only
Sheila.
needs one more subscriber if anybody wants to go over there and subscribe to her channel.
Am
She
I
only needs
subscribed?
one more to hit 160 subscribers.
Well, I'll do it. I gotta get my other phone. Hang
I
on.
thought I was subscribed. Oh yeah, but Christina,
Jim, put
Yeah?
put the link in there.
you
Yeah, put the link in. I'll check it out. What are you trying? What's up?
SOXL. So listen,
Yeah, I'm
you know
down.
about
I'm-
you know about SOXS, the inverse
No.
of XOXL. So whenever SOXL goes down, this one
Yeah.
goes up. So you
Oh,
can play
really?
it both ways.
Well, I'm
Both
still in
ways.
SOXL, waiting for it to get higher because I'm down. So I know
See,
it'll climb.
listen,
but-
you're missing it. You're down, right?
Yeah, I'm down in SOXL. right
Lolo,
now.
I'm putting the link
Yeah. So
in
whenever
the
the
chat. Come on up, man.
SOXL goes down, SOXS goes up.
All right. Well, but I'm already
you
in
can put-
SOXL, and I can't trade anymore today. Fidelity's not letting me. Fidelity's,
Why not?
I don't know why.
Today, I'm
I have the buying power. Something
listen,
screwed up
I'm
with
saying-
Fidelity, and it's
I'm saying how
killing
you can.
I'm
I'm
lost
telling
so
you
much
how
money
you
with
can hedge it. I'm
All
telling you, each
Oh.
day when you wake up and you
Yeah.
say, "Damn, my SOXL is getting deeper, it's losing more money." Just
Yeah.
type in SOXS, and that one is going to be rising. And guess what? It's only half the price of SOXL. So if your SOXL, the one that you in,
Yeah.
starts losing money tomorrow, you just type in SOXS, and that one will be rising. So you can buy it and then sell it, and you can collect that money, and then you can say, now my SOXL don't look so bad because I just hedged my position.
Oh, okay. All right.
Got it?
Oh, so they're
And
tied
it's
in
shared.
together.
And listen, they
Got some hollow candles right now. SOXS.
SOXS. Let me see.
Yeah,
You
but
probably
the
don't have a lot of
PWO is
volume
all
during
it's
it.
all red right now.
It follows. They're the
There's the
same
link,
thing.
Eric and Lolo, if you guys want to come up.
Um,
I'm trying to do too many things at once. S
I'm doing
O
too many things at once. I
X
can't
L.
keep track of what I'm doing.
I didn't check to see the volume. I just saw it last night, and I was like, yeah, that's right. I heard about the inverse. So all right. So if this one dropped today, then I mean SOXL must have rose today. Let me see if they
That
really inverse
HE
on their
after
put.
hours is doing good too. But I'm
You
not
be
in it
trade
anymore.
you be trading at night on what? Robinhood?
No, on Webull and Fidelity. I would be on Fidelity, but something's going on with Fidelity. Everything I try, it says, "Oh, you entered the wrong, an invalid symbol." When I didn't even enter it, I went in by what I'm trying to like sell something or whatever that's already there, or the price you're putting in is far away. When I've got it in extended hours, it's just not letting me do anything. Fidelity sucks, and I'm gonna switch. I got to get out of it because it's killing me. I could have made so much money on that.
Everybody keeps saying
Oh, it's
that.
pissing me off. I mean, I could have made so much money right now after hours on that same stock, but it won't let me do anything. I have $12,000 available that I could go and play with, and I would have made at a 10-cent move. Oh man, because it keeps going up and down, up
Wow.
and down. Now it's gone up by like 25 cents since I was trying to do that. I'm pissed.
You
Yeah,
got to
well,
make
Okay.
sure.
Screwed
Do
me for the
they
last
allow you?
time.
Do they
Huh?
allow you to trade after hours and
Yep.
pre-market?
Yeah, I can. From at 5 a.m. to and then up until 6
Well,
p.m.
that's
And
weird.
then yes, and Webull I can trade I think at 3 a.m. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Or
and then up until
Three
6
to eight,
p.m.
I think it is. 3 to 8 or 9, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, that's Eastern time.
And
Uh,
then
on
and
my
then
time,
Robinhood
three to
is
three to
24
6.
hours.
I don't know, but
is that
Fidelity's really
Lolo?
Hey,
killing me
man.
because my money's sitting
What's up,
there.
It
guys?
is.
What's
What's up,
going on,
Lolo?
Lolo?
Hey,
Hey,
Lolo.
Lolo.
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
You're a
No,
sight for
Good.
sore eyes.
they need you to explain the rally based rally. I mean, not that the support
It's so
resistance.
weird. On my, I'm looking at my phone because on my screen it shows a black screen with you and Christina, but I have to look at my phone because YouTube shows your actual face on the phone. I don't know why my screen and Restream does that. But how are
I've got
you?
mine off because I'm
Doing good,
getting
doing
ready.
good. How about y'all? Who said rally base rally and drop base drop?
They don't know about that. They want to know
I
about support and resistance. They don't know about we don't really get into supply and demand. You know, so they want to know about
Guys,
support and resistance in here.
it's been great, y'all. I expect a little push up in the market the next day or so.
I
We
think so
had a
too.
market shift today,
Hmm.
a confirmation on a market shift on
Tell them,
SPY.
tell them what that chop was. That was accumulation, wasn't it?
That's all it was, guys. That's all it was. But it's only gonna do it to come lower, So
Hmm.
y'all be careful.
Hmm.
I did pretty decent today. I'm in a place where I can't really trade much. So I'm doing a lot more of shares. Um, I'm just doing a lot more when I can, I should say. I got to go into town so I could trade, make a couple. I had like 3 trades today, and they went well. They went well. I mean, I'm not hitting no 200-300 percenters no more because I get out quickly, But I'm going in a little bit more heavier. But yeah, no, I had coach reach out to me the other day and kind of asked where I was at. I was like, Coach, I can't do anything. I'm in the middle of nowhere. And
Hmm.
we got
yeah,
Starlink put up over here at our office, but it works. It's just not as fast as I would like to do a trade. And if you are
yeah.
every good trader, I mean, you need to be very, very disciplined when you're
It
making
needs to
entries and
be.
exits.
You need
Yeah.
to be in and
Well, how
out.
long the job gonna last?
I know you gotta miss that, man. I know you gotta miss it because you were trading heavy,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
huge part of the group. You know,
I mean, like today I did 3 entries. All three of them came out great. I'm doing 100 contracts now, but they're in and out, right?
nice.
They're in and out.
Mm.
Like I was up about, I don't know, about 12 today. It's been life changing, honestly. It's just you have to get to the point where you look at it, you look at it, you look at it, and you got to deviate from just one thing. You got to be able to learn multiple things. That's another reason why I kind of not that I don't spend much time with ADT anymore. And so I had actually just this morning, I had like a few people reach out and they're like, "Hey, are you not a moderator anymore?" Like, I mean, I shouldn't be. I haven't been there in a while. But I was like, yeah, they didn't mention your name in the morning. I was like, it's okay. I mean, I'm super busy at work, and I wish I could help more. Um, I'm
Yeah.
actually taking a very, very advanced course right now. That's 32 classes.
Mhm.
Uh,
Wow. What happened?
He's back. Man, I keep telling y'all, Lolo always come back. What's
there we
wrong with
go.
y'all?
I think I lost you for a
Every
second.
day,
I'm telling you,
Lolo
like
gone. I don't know where
Oh,
Lolo
okay.
went. Lolo
it goes
always come
out
back.
so bad. It really does, and I don't even know if y'all can
No
hear me
wonder
now or
you're
not.
not trading. Yeah, you don't want to be in a trade and that's happening.
Well, if y'all can
I'd
hear
shit
me, I
myself if
can't
that
hear
happened while
y'all.
I was
So
skating. I'd be so mad.
let me do
We
it
can
again.
hear you.
Can you hear us?
We lost
Can
him
you hear
again.
us?
We lost him again.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, what he just mentioned just now. I want to bring light to that. Like, I do the same thing as you guys know, but I feel like, in the group I try to keep it simple because we got so many new people. I don't like, you don't want to confuse people by bringing other stuff. The main thing that works is coaching strategy, but once you hone in the strategy and you got that under control, then and only then I suggest you go out there and
Yeah.
refine your craft. I mean, you're gonna keep learning and getting better. You never stop learning with trading. I don't care if you learn every method. There's always going to be something new. So, you
Yeah.
know, knowledge is powerful. You know what I mean? It's only powerful.
Applied knowledge
Exactly. Yes.
is even more
Yep.
powerful.
Done. You know how I
Lolo,
am.
can you hear us? Yeah, I
I
do.
hit Dawn
And
with
you believe in knowledge. He is always trying to
I
educate.
hit Dawn with something every time I get my hands on it. I don't know if she's watching or not, but I send it.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yep, I do. You
Can y'all
know,
hear me?
Yeah, we can
yeah,
hear you.
we
We
can
can hear
hear you.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can
So
hear you.
see, this is a perfect example right here where um, it just dropped, and it's hard when you're in a trade because you're in a trade, and especially if you're doing, I mean, I tell everybody, and y'all don't judge me for this, but I'm like a pastor that gives a good advice, but doesn't follow what he preach. I don't use stop losses, but I will never tell anybody to not use them, right? But I know my tolerance. I
Hmm.
know when to get out, and well, most of the time, 90% of the time, but you do have those faults. But like, yeah, this was a perfect example. You know how service just drops. Um,
Hmm.
and I'm on
Yeah.
Wi-Fi right now. I'm on a Verizon Wi-Fi. Verizon works a little bit better. This morning, I was under 50 contracts and on SPY, and it was a perfect, perfect, perfect exit. And I wasn't able to get out, so I lost about 60% of my profit and sold at about 40. So
Oh,
I have to I'm gonna start reducing my positions a little bit more, just because, man, it can go south real quick. It can go south real
Exactly.
quick.
yeah,
But the thing is
yeah,
you see, this is what I try to explain to a lot of people. You don't want to get in a bad habit of not using stop losses. But Lolo, you know what will happen because you don't have it on. It's not like you don't know what the risk is. I mean, you've been trading for so
Oh
long.
yeah, yeah.
You know what'll happen. It's the ones that don't know what'll happen when they don't
Well,
have the
here's the
stop
thing,
loss. They
though.
have to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, here's the thing. A lot of people, oh, it's going to bounce back up. Oh, it's going to bounce back up. But you really don't know where it can really bounce back up, or it's going to bounce here or there. I
Right.
usually get in a trade where I have multiple supports that are close by. Those
Hmm.
tend to be your biggest trades. And you're going to have your first, if it goes under your first support, well, if it goes under your second, you have no business on, you know, staying in. You have to cut your losses. Um, it's just so different, guys. Honestly, that's one of the reasons. And I don't want to leave ADT. I know I don't get there much or whatever, but I mean, it's just difficult to stay with one thing. Once you get to the point where you learn other things, you know that yes, ADT is very good with the strategies that coach teaches and everything, but there's
Yes.
more out there, right? There's more
Right.
out there, and there's more profits to be made.
Hmm.
Uh, so that is the reason. I don't want to affect anybody that's there with. I mean, I got kind of somebody wasn't happy because I deviate from coach's teaching sometimes, and I did that a bunch, in the morning show.
Hey
Uh,
Lolo,
and
I'm gonna
yes,
let you.
sir.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I exactly understand where you're coming from. But go ahead, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah,
What
and
happened.
it's one of those things where I mean, yes, you're gonna make your 200-300 bucks, your 30-40 dollars, but there's other ways to maximize profit. You know how I always notice, like on the EWO, it works really great. It works really good, but when
Hmm.
you start exploring ways to make it better and ways
Hmm.
to make entries even way before the EWO, that's where your bigger profits come in, right? Now, if you're starting off, that is a great strategy to start off with,
I
just because it's
preach that
profitable.
daily.
You know, another
Yeah.
thing too, keep your hands off the mouse. No, I mean, I don't understand why. I'm sorry. I mean, you have to be cautious with everything. I mean,
Hmm.
I've seen people that have 100, 150, 200%, and they leave with 30%, and that's money that you already had in your pocket.
Hmm.
I'm not a
Mm.
big believer of that. I think you should know where your supported resistance are at, and yes, it can run, but most people are just playing single day contracts expiring on the same day. A pullback is crucial, So unless
Yeah.
you're doing 90 days out, then you can keep your hands off the mouse. But I mean, it's
Well,
just a different style from anybody.
and we also
Yeah,
they've been refining the what you just mentioned that. My bad, Don. But we've been refining and going in with two contacts and shaving them off. Because we noticed that a lot
yeah,
of
because in all fairness, you are a way more advanced trader. Coaches'
exactly
strategies are perfect for people who are completely green and have no idea what's going on.
right,
You've been in the market
Exactly.
even before you got
and
in with
that's what I
coach,
was.
so you understand the benefits of doing things a different way and also using coaches strategies incorporated with that. So I just want
Hmm.
to put the disclaimer out there, we do follow coaches teachings
Yes.
here, but Lolo is somebody who is an advanced trader and who has a lot more experience than I do. So I follow coach and that's what we preach in here. But there are other ways, obviously.
Hmm.
And since it's not technically affiliated, Lolo is welcome to discuss that stuff here,
Right. We love Lola.
but at the same time, yeah. But at the same time, I personally, I'm going to follow the EWO because I'm not good enough and don't have the account size to do other things yet. You know what I mean? But man, I tell you what though, I do miss you, Lolo, because you
Yes.
would have some nice morning shows
Yes.
and really give people, some good stuff. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? But I see, you're one of those lions that you can't cage. You know what I mean? And you got to go out and kind of do it's like, no, I got to break out of that. You know what I mean? Because I got this, and this going on. I can have my own group if I want that type of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, I know, you know what I mean? But it's like, I'm so bought in. I'm so bought in because I have to be because that's what dude, I owe my life to coach right now because right now I wouldn't be knowing
Exactly.
I
shit
know, right?
if it hadn't been for the stuff that I learned from him. So I wouldn't be trading jack shit. So, but I tell you what, I'm proud of you though. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you for doing what you did when you paid off your mortgage, dude. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. This dude is making it happen. Paid off his mortgage?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's some real talk right there, you know?
I remember one time people was talking about how much money they started with, and Lola was like, I came to the group with 30 grand in the hole or something like that. And he was like, now I'm out of the hole. That was so funny to me. Is he still
I
there?
tell you what though, I reincorporated stops because I was having that bad habit of not using them either, and it was because I saw myself getting smacked in the ass by smart money constantly, triggering my stops and knocking me out of trades. And I'm like, you bastards, you won't get this time. You know what I mean? I'm not now. I don't have one now. What the fuck you gonna do now? I don't have one. What are you looking for? You can keep going up all you want. I'm in this put and I'm gonna stay in it. You should have seen me yelling at the phone. It's like, you going up, you looking for my stop. I don't have one. You might as well go back down. You know what I mean? I'm like, you might as well let me in on the profits with you because you don't have a stop to hit. But I learned quickly that was not, I'm not experienced enough to do that. Coach can do that. Lolo can do that. People who have thousands of dollars that can get in and out of a trade really quick can do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that because I'm strapped to the EWO because I don't have the experience to scout. And with that, you need a stop.
You really do.
But yeah, I was on that no stop shit.
Yeah. Well, you can't do that, John. You got to have a stop, man. Always protect your assets, man.
I do. Bruno scoped it out one day. He was going over a trade with me. He's like, wait a minute. First of all, how did it even get all the way up there without hitting your stop?
Right.
You couldn't have had a stop if you lost that much money in that trade.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, you got me. And this was like weeks ago.
Yeah.
So there was no way. And I'm like, you know what? They're right. I need to be following the rules, hand over fist. And I have been ever since. And I've been proud of myself because I'm putting this. I mean, even if it's $10, I'm putting a stop in there, even if it's for like $2, because I want the habit. I want the mental habit of always doing that. And I'm happy that I did because I know me. I will, you know what, a little bit more. I can take a little. No. That has turned into $400 losses doing that.
Yeah.
So it's like, listen, you got 7 months worth of history here. What's that telling you? You need to use the stops. There's a reason he preaches that. So I have been for weeks now. And, I was in a trade last week where Coach was talking Arlo and I through. And I had my stop in. And I waited a little bit and before I put it in, because with Robinhood, you got to put it in after you do the trade. Right. You got to set a stop limit. And I ended up getting stopped out of that, but I stopped that at 261%. You know, but I had it in as soon as I got it went green. I put it in and I waited a while. It was at 140%, and I put the stop once I hit 100%. I put the stop in when it was at 140.
Right.
So I wasn't moving it up every 5 minutes. It was 140. I moved it up to 100. You know what I mean? I was still giving it room.
Yeah.
Even
hey, Don, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Coach said, why don't you go ahead and move it up to 115%? But I was too late. It went on ahead and triggered it. But it was at 106%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
listen, you're never going to get out. You're never going to get out right at the top, right? I mean, you're never going to guess where the top really is. So as long as you're learning to allow your trade to make you money, that's a positive thing, because at 100 and whatever percent that you got, that's a lot. That's you doubled your money. So and this is the whole thing, is that that's something that I need to start doing myself, is that I need to allow the trade that I'm in to breathe, to let it run, and to make me some money too. That's something that I need to learn to do.
Right.
But one thing that I really got over, and it took me a long time to get over, was to get out of my losers. To get out of those trades that were costing you money, and to forget about it, and not even think about it once you're gone, once you're out, and to just be able to get out and reverse and go the other way, because if the trade is going differently than what you're betting, and then your position, then get out and go the other way, right? But that to me took me a really long time to one, understand, and two, to detach myself emotionally from it. To
Hey,
and because once I started doing that, uh, that's when I started seeing, man, I can now I can scalp,
hey,
because
I want to
Yeah.
scalping,
speak on that right there.
you can't scalp if you can't get off a bad trade, because not every scalp
Yeah.
is going to be, it's going to be going your way, right? At least
I'm
for
ready
me.
now.
Huh? What was that,
Said I'm
Lolo?
ready now.
Oh,
Let's let's talk. I'm ready now.
all right.
No,
Let's go.
I want to speak on what he just said because I was telling Don. I was telling Don earlier today about cutting the loser short, right? And I used to do the same thing. I'd be holding on to, oh, it's gonna come back, it's gonna come back. When I was just trading with the cash account, and then you got limited funds, and so you like, well, this is my last trade, or I may have one more trade. But when I went to the forex, with the margin account, man, when you stop it out, you know what I'm saying? It's better to just go ahead and stop that lose out right there and switch to the next trade. I mean, because, with the margin account, you can keep on going as long as your margin ain't messed up. But I incorporated that with the cash account. I'm like, listen, if it's a bad trade, go on and get up out of it. Stop. It's not going to come. I mean, it may come back. What's the chance? Most of the time, it don't. Stop that lose out. Move on. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna end up
Yeah.
taking a bigger loss than you intended on taking to start with.
Yeah. I tell you what though, not using stops made me a better stop user because I don't have tight stops because I wasn't using the shit at all. So
Mhm.
I use stops that give my stocks, my trades a chance to breathe. I use the 20 to 40%, 25 to 40%.
Yes,
And usually I'm at 30. I don't use 40, I don't use 25, I'm at 30. So, and I find that gives me enough room, you know?
because listen, that liquidity clear out is coming. I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
coming, and so that's why coach be like going with the 40%, because if you don't, all they doing is lining it up, and
Yeah.
it's gonna come because that's the only way they can get their orders filled is to stop. You know it. You take profit,
Yeah.
your sell stops are liquidity. So
Yeah.
they're gonna keep pushing until they get enough, and then it's gonna rotate and go to the top of the range or whatever, or it's gonna go deeper
So what
lower.
is liquidity though? What is liquidity?
The
What do you consider
liquidity
liquidity?
is liquidity is the orders that they need to fill bigger orders. So stop
Hmm.
losses, take profits, uh, any type of sale of an order, any type of order, basically. You know what I mean? That's the liquidity
If
that
I
they
can give
looking for, and
anybody
you can
any
see.
advice, learn what liquidity is to the T. That's pretty good explanation there, but learn how liquidity
Exactly.
works.
Yes, I've been studying liquidity hard, Lolo. Like I'd be like,
Because the market
I let
moves
them.
by liquidity.
Yes, smart money into the. They don't trade like we trade. They can't just press a button and get in. So they would do
They need to
things
hear you out.
in order for them to get their order filled. Say like if they want to take a sell position, right? They want to make sales. In order for them to get their sales, they got to bring the market up. You know, they got to bring the market up to get enough people into not enough people to get enough orders on their field. They got to bring it up first, and then they'll start selling.
So
Basically
let me
they got
give
to
you
get
guys
enough
a
people
quick tip.
in. you know.
Anybody that does EWO,
Mhm.
combine it with this. Everything the coach teaches us or taught us.
Mhm.
I want you to go on your chart and I want you to put it on the weekly time frame. I want you to mark the top wick of the previous week and the bottom wick of the previous week.
Mhm.
And then you go to your daily and you mark the top wick of your previous day and the bottom wick of your previous day. And don't take a trade until your EWO gives you an entrance and the price
Hmm.
action goes and takes off one of those lines on top,
Yes,
and see what happens.
I do
You
this
will thank
all
me
the
later.
time.
You will
Yeah.
be tripling your money of what you're making now.
Okay, so check this out. Go to the weekly,
Hmm.
go to the top wick of the previous week, right?
Go to your weekly candles. Go to your weekly time frame
Yep.
and put a line
Eh,
to the right from the top wick of the previous week and the bottom wick of the previous week.
okay.
Lolo, I've been studying
And
that
then go to the
liquidity,
daily
the daily, yeah,
Hmm.
and get the top wick and the
and do
bottom
the
wick
same
for
thing
your support and resistance.
of the
Hmm.
previous
I,
day.
every pair that I trade, I go to the
Those are going
daily
to be
chart
your liquidity
with the
zones
support and
for the week
resistance.
and for the previous week and the previous day. You do that every day. And watch
Yes.
what it
Got you.
does. It goes and liquidates that top wick and then it comes down. And it's
Hey,
going to go
I
to the
put
bottom wick and then it comes up.
hey, I had tweeted this morning. I put a tweet out this morning at like it was at like 3 in the morning, right? Because
Thank you for that, Lolo.
I put the tweet in the tweet says a liquidity clear out is a liquidation event where the sellers and buyers stop losses are taken out and the breakout traders are locked in. And then I said, shout out to Coach CWC. Don't try to be a hero. Because every time Coach give if people like spies coming to a critical level, guys, wait until it breaks and hold. Don't try to be a hero. He
Right.
always say that every time. Because whenever this area gets taken out, a lot of orders are going to be released into the market. And
And he
they
knows that.
smart money is gonna try to absorb as many opposite orders as they can. Why that candle was over the like if it snaps back into the support or resistance, they're gonna drag everybody in with them. Or if it pushes higher, everybody's gonna be locked out. You know what I mean? So that's what they whenever the level is getting taken out, because like I was talking, I can't remember. I think it was Cox I was talking to, and he was like, "You got the level two?" I was like, "Man, listen, I don't put a lot of weight into. I don't need the level two to know where the orders at. You know what I'm saying? The
Hey,
orders.
Bruno.
Mañana estás conmigo.
What's going on, Bruno?
What's up? What's
Can you hear
up?
us?
I can hear you.
What's
Bruno,
up?
what's up, Bob?
I got to go. Bruno's here.
No, you don't.
Bruno's the henchman.
What's up, Bruno?
What's up? What you say about Coach? What, you ain't using no stop? What? Get out of here, yo. You can't be saying that shit.
Lolo, where you been, bro?
Hey, right now I'm at the man camp where I'm staying, and they got pretty good internet. That's where I'm on.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Okay.
Hey, look it up. Jal, New Mexico. And you tell me, I understand your pain, brother. You got to tell me that. Watch.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks when you can't trade because of internet connection and stuff like that.
Yeah, for real.
Man.
It's so, hey, I've been disconnected two
Bruno, let me
times on the
see this
way.
ring.
What happened?
What's up with this ring?
Oh, it's on pre-order. Well, it's being
Nice.
custom made, fabricated to her specifications.
Fancy.
I tell you what, I have to commend you on your channel. I love your logo drop. I love the music that goes with your logo drop. I love the content. I'm like not even into planes, but I love the content. The vacation one, I'm like, oh my god, his channel is so cool.
I started that a while ago. I can promise you, I probably
2017. I went and looked.
I could probably get a little bit. I could probably do a little bit better. I'm one day I'm gonna get back to it, but I was so time consuming, so I don't have enough
No,
time.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool, and I like the logo drop. Did you make that?
I did, yeah.
I like
It
that.
represents a Portuguese rooster.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wait. What? Let me see that. Where is that?
It's on my.
Hey guys, I'll check you all out later. I got to get in the shower and stuff like that. But hey, nice
Don't be a
talking to all of
stranger,
y'all.
Lolo.
I'll
Don't
try
be
to
a
connect
stranger,
tomorrow
Ed.
morning on the way in. Nice seeing y'all. Nice talking to y'all.
Bruno's here. I gotta go.
All right.
Come on back.
No, seriously. So where is that?
It's
It's
I have two pages. I have a Facebook page, and I have. Give me a second. I'll get the link. And I have. I
if
used
you
to
go
do
to
streaming.
YouTube and type in Flying Stew, it'll pull him up. You'll see his icon that's always on Discord.
On YouTube?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, type in Flying Stew.
Let's see. The Portuguese flying stew. I see ya.
Yeah, it's coming right now.
It's quick.
That's one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I made that logo by myself.
Get to this one over here.
It's pretty awesome.
But I haven't updated. I haven't made any new videos or anything, so I'm kind of. I wish I did.
It's all good. I mean, the content that you have there is awesome. You know, especially if you're into aviation, if you're into planes and things like
Well,
that.
I got so much stuff in the pipeline ready to go. I just need to sit down and find some time to do it.
I was watching the one where you were in Portugal for the air show.
That was Brazil. That was Rio.
Brazil, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they had a
I
dance.
watched the vacation one. I ended up going and listening to that song a couple more times after the vacation one.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like that song right there.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, I like the way it's put together.
yeah, it's whatever music they allow us to do.
Yeah.
I guess, without copyright strikes.
Yep. And how'd you do today? Did you trade?
I did not. I didn't have a moment to trade because I was, pre-market was like almost to the bell, so I didn't want to just rush to get in, and I had to take care of a couple other things. But I was watching it though, and it was precisely
I
how.
heard you call out AMD.
Yeah, it was precisely how I would have done it. I saw that, and then, man, if you just hold on just a little bit longer, that big pull, oh my god.
Yeah.
That would have been a payout.
Exactly.
I saw that. I went and looked at that. I'm like, ooh, and I was so close. I didn't have enough buying power to get into another EWO.
Yeah, I typically do
You
I do 5 to 10 contracts. Oh my god, if I was 10 contracts in, that would have been nice.
You would have been swimming in the gravy there, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that day, man. I'm waiting for that day where I be like, peace, I'm out.
It's coming.
If y'all need me, I'll be somewhere on an island.
Somewhere like Jimmy, somewhere on Yellowstone, he's got his thing going on.
Send y'all a postcard.
Brady's on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
I'm trying to manifest that day. I'm trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Trying.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Definitely.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to get ready to wind this down because my wife's got a stream that we are doing, the vegan knowledge stream. So that's at 7:30. She wasn't gonna do it at 7, but we got really deep into it. Lolo came and everybody came, so that was pretty awesome. Yeah. But I want to thank everybody for being in here. Everybody, Zen, Ralph,
I showed up late.
Lolo, Bruno, it's all good, baby. You know, I'm gonna be here every day, so you got all the time to show up. Christina, Linda,
we want to thank
everybody
you.
that's down in the chat.
Hey, you happen to know one place we can learn about trading stocks?
There were only one place.
I actually, you know what, I do, and here's the place right here.
All right. Baby, yeah.
Cool. And I bet the people there are really awesome.
So just so everybody knows, I'm in the process of really, really deep diving into these contracts, man. I'm noticing some weird stuff, and I guess I could share it with the group real quick. Just puts and calls, man. It takes away your profit when you get in a put for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I was just because the last couple of days when I was in a trade, I noticed that your profits get taken away when there's a pullback on a put when you go in on a put. So I'm wondering if
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to switch my strategy to just go in on calls and forget the puts.
I
Not
thought the puts
obviously.
were
Don't do
better.
that.
I
I
thought
thought
so
the puts
too.
were better.
I thought so too, but I'm noticing these candles maybe because I was trading on Friday and I noticed the pull like half the profit. I was up
So
like
wait, I heard you mention something, Lolo, about I mean not Lolo, Bruno, about about the theta of the day of on a Friday. I think it was something like these contracts are just going down really fast because
Yeah,
it's
maybe that was
because it's the day of
nah.
expiration or whatever.
There's some yeah, the day of. I'm not talking about just the day of, but I'm
Okay.
talking about just in general. Like, well, okay, so the other day it was I want to say like middle of the week, maybe in the
Hmm.
beginning of the week. I'm not saying that we can't ride puts, but you just got to be like it's just another thing to look at I'm not only looking at prices, what I'm buying, what I'm paying in when I get in. I'm looking to try to get the best price to get in. I don't ever want to go in and it's down like 20 bucks, 40 bucks, 60 bucks. I want to go
Right.
in where it's like even. It's
You
zeros
want to
across
catch
the
the
board.
runners.
Hmm.
Yeah. So when the stock's running, it's a horrible time to get in unless it's going to continue to run.
Right.
But I'm just sitting patient, we're just paying a good price for a contract. I'm like really trying to fine tune this to maximize the profit. That's what I'm looking at. But I noticed,
I heard you say that
Yeah, that's what I was
before.
about to say.
You
I
wait
heard.
till it pulls back a little
yeah,
bit, a
yeah,
couple
Hmm.
dollars, and you get in
yeah, because
there.
you could see a 2 minute. If it's a 2 minute, it's a 2 minute. You're gonna get in, but just don't be so like I don't know. This is me. Nobody do what I do, but like I'm just sitting patient, waiting for that little breathe back, and then click, and I'm in for a cheaper price instead of just paying. I mean, some people will say, well, that doesn't really matter because if it runs, you're gonna get. But why am I gonna pay? Because that, like, I don't know.
Because you could get more. I
I can get
understand what you're
more.
saying. I
Yeah,
understand what you're
Yeah.
saying. Because
Yeah,
Pastor
because
used to
if it's
say
a
that.
dollar difference in that premium, that's
yeah.
huge.
Sometimes
Yes.
I mean, a dollar might be a little far, but depending on what you're playing. But AMD, like we're talking 5, 10 cents. I mean, some people are like,
Hmm.
"Oh, it's only 10 cents, it's only 10 cents." But like,
No, that
I don't
makes
know.
the difference.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fine tune. But going back to what I was saying before, on a call, when there was a breathe back, it wasn't murdering your profits. Like I don't know, like in a put, I was up like I'll give you an example. I was up $600 and I had my finger on the trigger, ready to go and take the money, and then one pull, and it went down to like 150, and I was like, "What?"
What was it, a violent candle or was
It
this a
was. I
slow
mean,
pullback?
I wouldn't say super violent. You have those big candles.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
like something middle of the road. Like I don't know. I just
It wasn't supposed to do that.
yeah. I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's like a system thing or if it's just calls would be better instead of puts. I'm not saying don't do puts. I'm just saying that I might just test it out and 1 week just do all calls and not do puts, and then maybe do 1 week of puts and see how
Yeah, back
and
test it.
back test it and see how I make out. And if puts are harder to get profit, I mean better profit, I should say, than calls, then
You
maybe
were just saying you loved puts the other day.
no, I do.
I
I mean,
always found the puts to be better, me, but
yeah, a profit's a profit, but
yeah,
I'm just
Because
trying.
it goes sideways and you get paid too.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I don't know. I just
You
saw
know, you
my
get
my
paid two
profits just
ways.
sitting there, and the candles are a little bit of a pullback, and it's still like not that bad. It's still I don't know. Maybe it's just my eyes. Maybe I'm just
But
you know.
like you said, I always wait on it to rock back first. Like if it, well, that's on a call or even on a put. On a put, I always wait on it to like try to like because what I'm trying to catch is like what Coach be talking about. The damn, I want that I want that bounce off of VWAP. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like I want to get swept into the pull up and then the drop. You
yeah.
know,
Never buy in on a massive pull or a massive spike.
right?
You'll
Because
get you'll be negative
you
if it
be
pulls back
negative.
a tiny bit. You'll be red right off the bat.
Right. That's what I always.
So when it does that run or that pull, wait until it's done.
Wait until when you look at the candle, it's flickering, but like you have like this.
Yeah.
You can tell it's like meow, 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 meow. It goes all the way, and then it's like, oh damn, and then all of a sudden you're like, and then it breathes back, and then you see that long wick as it's pulling back.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's on like a 2-minute EWO, then like I'm gonna definitely do this. I'm just gonna wait for that. I don't know. I don't want to give people the wrong information. That's like, oh, Bruno does it this way. I don't want anybody to think that or say that. So, but I'm gonna test it out and see. But lately, I've been doing that, and I've been getting awesome fills. So I don't know. I just don't think I want to buy on a big candle, on a big ass candle. I think I'm just gonna like wait for it to kind of settle
Come
for a
back
minute.
a little bit.
Yeah, and then go in.
Right.
So that's
Because
just
most of the time, whenever that happens, that just be like either a retest or they're like getting the sellers out of the way if you buying or if it's a down move, they just getting the buyers out of the way.
or more buyers are going. More buyers are trying to scoop it up.
Sellers are taking profits with a buy close.
Yeah.
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 Well, let us know how that works out for you.
I guess I will. I'm here tomorrow. I
Yeah.
got the day off. They were supposed to schedule me. They didn't schedule me. So, but
Yay.
yeah, I think I'll be here most of the day. What's tomorrow? The 29th?
Cool beans, man.
29th? Yeah, I got to get ready for something that's happening on 30th. So I got to get this place spick and span.
All right, good people. I'm also
All
going
right.
to be out.
Guys,
Great talking to you.
I'm so glad everybody had hung out with me today. Hey, everybody in the chat, if you found value in the stream, go ahead and feel free to hit the tip jar. The link is right there in the description, and support the content so we can keep it running. Everybody have a fantastic evening. If you're interested in some health coaching and things like that, run over to my wife's channel, and we're getting ready to do Meatless Monday. But other than that, everybody have a fantastic night. Tomorrow, I hope we're all green, guys.
Yes.
Bye, Dawn. Take care.
All right.
I hope we're all
Good
green.
night, guys.
Good night.
Later.
Love you guys.
Love you back.
Peace out.